and gentlemen, welcome back. For all the people that remember who I was and who Osiris was as well. I now have a new co-host because Osiris couldn't cut it. As you can see, he's right here. So welcome, guys, to the first pilot episode of Numbers versus Opinions. As you can see, I'm the host, Jaren. Co-host right here, Timesis. So now, we here to bring y'all not only just, analysis about sports, but we also here to talk about other stuff, which would be, obviously the opinion parts of things, the feeling parts of things, and then obviously the factual parts of things as well, too. So the first topic that we're going to actually talk about is going to have to be about the NBA and specifically about the war between LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith. If you guys don't know, LeBron and Stephen A. had a war of words recently with back in February when Bronny James was put on the court, which is LeBron's son, got torched by Tyrese Maxey. Really bad. It was fucked up. But when he got torched, Stephen A. ended up going on his first take platform in ESPN and ended up saying LeBron as a father, yada, 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 you shouldn't be doing this. LeBron didn't like that. A month later, ended up seeing Stephen A. in the Knicks versus Lakers game, approached him. It went viral, and since then, they have been going back and forth with a war of words. And now it's gotten to the point where we are now bringing up the dead. We're bringing up D. Wade's Hall of Fame ceremony. Basically, we're just talking, all types of skeletons is being brought out to the light. So, first thing that I'm about to ask my co-host here is, one, who do you think is in the right? And two, how do you think you would have handled that situation if you were put in that position? In the Stephen A. part, and also in the LeBron part too.
6'9" LeBron, 260 coming up to you like that. Like, stop mentioning my kid. Like, I'm not lying. First of all, when it comes to family, like, that's a touchy subject for anyone. Like, right. You can't just pull up on somebody, like, talking about their kid and stuff. Like, that's right. Crazy. Now, and then my problem with Stephen A. is, like, I get it. Like, you said what you said, but stand on it. Like, now he's backtracking. Now he's saying, oh, like, that man would have put his hand. Like, stop it. Stop it.
I mean, as a man, look, I'm going to play devil's advocate. As a man.
LeBron would have actually killed him.
No, and that's
he would have actually killed him.
He said that. No, but he said, I would have got an ass whooping for sure. He goes, but if he would have smacked me, I would have swung on him, which I understood. But now you look stupid because just a few weeks back, you were talking about how Draymond, when he said, oh, from where I'm from, when you say those types of things, you get hands put on you. Then you basically try to call out Draymond. And low-key, you sat there and talked about blackballing him, saying, oh, in this business, if that's how you feel, you won't make it far in this business. And right now, you just signed a $100 million deal with ESPN for 4 years, making you the top earner for journalists, for analysts, for a TV personality that has to deal with sports. So when you say that, it makes it seem as if, like, oh, okay, it looks like you're going to, close the door on people. So, Stephen A. has a lot of things that, are facts. But then also you pulling up different things, talking about LeBron not being at Kobe's memorial service when he passed, LeBron not being at D. Wade's Hall of Fame ceremony, as if the reason he didn't go there was because Bronny had a heart attack and was worrying about his family. And then you bringing
up
the
way, one of those was wrong.
So yeah, he was in the memorial service.
LeBron was at the memorial service, and he asked not to be recorded because he didn't want to take attention away from the situation.
And even when that whole thing was going down, the first thing they asked was, oh, where's LeBron? Where's LeBron?
Not only that, that's a crazy subject to bring up. Like, you talking about somebody's memorial service, the fact that he wasn't there, like, just bringing that up, like Stephen A. always talks about, I'm going to talk about you on the court, but none of these topics are about on the court. Like, Stephen A. is at the top of the game. He's one of the top journalists in the sports world. Like, there's no doubting about it.
Yeah, he influenced us.
Yeah. I love watching First Take. Right. Like I remember watching him and Skip and him and Max and now him with all these different
Iguodala. That's what we want. But if we're gonna be honest, good dunk, LeBron. But if you want me to be honest, if LeBron approached Stephen A. and basically try to tell Stephen A. stop talking about my son on a basketball aspect, then yeah, LeBron is in the wrong. Shouldn't have said that. But if he's just telling Stephen A. keep it strictly about basketball, don't talk about my son in that aspect, then I gotta side with him.
It was when he said, I'm pleading to you as a father.
LeBron.
That's when LeBron probably went like, oh, stop this. Like, I gotta do something. And, like, I also get Stephen A.'s point. Like, LeBron could have went off the court and, like, said, yo, come see me in private after that. Because, like, pulling up to him at the court just like that was kind of
The
crazy.
game is still going. Lakers is
Yeah.
down. You out of a timeout, and then you approaching somebody courtside.
Nah, but like I feel like that was something in the moment that like he probably didn't even plan on doing it, but he literally saw him and he was like, "Nah."
According to Stephen
A,
A, it was staged. According to Stephen A, it was staged. So he claims that it was staged, but you know what? At the end of the day, though, hopefully they figure it out because nobody wants to see.
No, everybody wants to see it. Don't say that. Everybody wants to see it. It's great for ratings.
No, it's great for ratings, but what I mean though is nobody wants to see two successful black men in their respective industries go at it. Because one, you don't. LeBron has been getting hated on by a Caucasian dude named Skip Bayless, which we love Skip, but Skip has a lot of bias type of feelings when it comes to LeBron, and he's been trashing for 20 plus years, right? We don't need Stephen A. Smith to be doing that. Now he doesn't have to like him, but we don't need him to play the Skip Bayless, Jason Whitlock role when it comes to successful black athletes, especially a great role model like LeBron, who isn't off of the court doing something crazy or isn't, doing something that's gonna, have kids feel like, oh, okay, if he's doing that, then I could do that. You know what I mean? So hopefully they figure that out, and hopefully, we could forget about this. Plus, it doesn't matter. So
I can't wait to see the Stephen A. Skip Bayless show that's gonna
right.
come out.
That's gonna go crazy. That's gonna go
be
insane.
something right there.
But moving on to the next topic, though, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna talk about the current MVP votes, the current MVP odds. Right now, the top two is in between Jokic and Shea. Now, we talked about this. So you think Shea is the current front runner of MVP? I think so too, but I kind of also think that this MVP should go to Jokic, and this is where we are going to debate this part because last year should have been Shea's MVP.
Yeah, and so I think the NBA is in a tough spot right now just because they almost feel like they owe some people MVPs, but I think when you have the best record in the best conference, you're the best player averaging 30
playing both ways
points,
too, playing both ways.
and he's honestly this is one of the better seasons we've seen a guard have in a while.
Right.
But the NBA is in a good spot right now.
It definitely is.
When you think about Shea and Jokic, and I'll say this, everybody's forgetting about Giannis. Everybody's sleeping on Giannis.
No, they're not.
Yes,
No,
they
they're not.
are.
You want to know?
They talking about the two top players in the MVP vote. Like you saying Jokic and Shea, but Giannis is right there. He's averaging 30, 12 rebounds. He's killing it. I get it. His team doesn't have the record, but when it comes to numbers, he's putting up those numbers.
Okay. So when you start out 1-7, and you have a top 75 teammate right next to you, you don't think that that's gonna play a part in your MVP votes?
Nah, you could say that perfectly, but
I'm just saying though. Yeah, he's underperforming in my opinion because one,
underperforming is crazy.
No.
He's carrying a team.
Okay.
He's carrying them.
You can still average.
Is carrying
all right,
them.
you can still average 30 and 12. At the end of the day, your record should not be what it is. Yeah. You went from being a perennial contender every year. So as soon as you get rid of Drew Holiday and you bring in Dame, who's averaged 28, 26 throughout his whole career.
I mean, the problem that the Bucks are having on the defensive side, they're scoring points.
But they shouldn't. You hired Darvin Ham. You hired Darvin Ham back.
Stop it.
Because he's a defensive mind type of coach. And now your defense sucks. Meanwhile, you brought back Taurean Prince. You got Kyle Kuzma.
Kyle Kuzma's a good defender?
He's a wing. That's the only thing I'm gonna say about
you said Kyle Kuzma like he's a lockdown defender.
No, he's not a lockdown defender.
Dame is not a lockdown defender.
Dame isn't a lockdown defender, but at the end of the day,
is carrying them on the defensive side and offensive side.
Okay. So now I'm gonna give you a team for sure that, right? I named the point guard position. Dame doesn't play lockdown, defense, and neither does Kyle Kuzma, right?
Yeah.
I could bring up a team like the Cavaliers where really Evan Mobley and Jared Allen are the only two that play defense.
DeAndre Hunter, Isaac Okoro.
Off the bench. Oh. I'm talking about starting.
That's the craziest thing.
I'm talking about starting.
And, I get it. They're not top-tier defenders, but, one thing that I will say about the NBA that teams have gotten adjusted to, it's like you really can't lock somebody up individually. Like it's a team defense thing. Like somebody anchors the defense. Like, you got big men like Evan Mobley that anchor that defense, and you're bringing up valid points, but the thing is Giannis is putting up insane numbers.
He
Like,
is.
I get it.
But it's not enough for him to be top
And I'll
2
say this
MVP.
too, like nobody like wants to face them in a playoff series. When you have to
Milwaukee? There's no
you-
Dame this year. He's out for the rest of the season with a blood clot.
That's fine. Giannis is one of the best players in the NBA still.
He can't win by himself.
I don't know.
We've
man.
witnessed this, bro.
I
What
don't
are we
know, man.
talking about
he
right
gives
now?
the Celtics trouble every single time.
When was the last time that he beat the Celtics?
Yeah, I'm not saying that he's beating them in the.
I'm saying, when was the last time?
Last year, did they play last year? No,
they
right?
didn't. They lost to
He was hurt?
Indiana, bro.
Nah, he's been hurt though.
The year before that, they lost to Miami.
He has a ring. Don't forget that he's a champion.
All right, so
Don't forget that he's a champion,
brother,
Jimmy Butler has always been his weakness. Don't get me wrong.
Brother.
Jimmy Butler's in the West now.
brother, if it wasn't for Kevin Durant's toe, he wouldn't even be a champion right now. All right, let's be 100. We're being
don't know
100.
about
If
that.
Kyrie plays that whole series, they lose
That's-
in 5.
That's different though. And not in 5. Stop it. Stop it.
Did you see how much they?
stop disrespecting
All right, hold on.
the
First
Greek
off, before we get into this, we are straying away from the topic. We were talking about MVP. Now, you have Shea. You explained your reasonings as to why. He plays both sides of the floor. He's scoring at a high clip. He's doing something that hasn't been done since Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So, for that, that's impressive. But for me, the reason why I say that Jokic should get this year's MVP is because, one, we've never seen a big man average a triple-double. We've seen 2 guards do it, and Oscar Robertson and, Russell Westbrook. And the knock on Westbrook was, he stat pads. But now with a dude like Jokic,
That wasn't. His team was so whack.
it was
Like-
50-50. It was 50 because there was times you would see Steven Adams try to get the rebound, and he'll be like, "Go ahead, Russ."
I got
And
it.
Russ
I got
would-
it.
Russ will grab that. But my whole point in bringing up, Russ and bringing up Jokic is for the simple fact that to me, I don't see Jokic as stat pattern because one, he's an automatic double-double. He's going to get you double-digit rebounds. He's going to get you 25 points or better. The most impressive part is the passing and limiting the turnovers. And then on top of that, when he sits, his team becomes the worst team in the NBA. Plus minus type, like on a plus minus aspect. Like that's crazy to me. That's one. And on top of that, he's a sneaky good defender. He's not a lockdown defender.
No, he's not.
He's not a lockdown defender at all. I'm not saying
He's okay.
He's okay, but when it's time to move them puppies, like how Kendrick says, he's gonna move them puppies, and he's definitely gonna get you a stop here and there.
You know what? This is what I'll say about that. So Jokic is kind of gonna go under the LeBron effect.
Yeah.
Where LeBron was obviously
Voters
the
fatigue.
best player in the league. He was carrying teams in every statistical category and everything. But like voter fatigue, and not only that, like when you look back at it, Shea might have deserved that MVP last year.
No, he deserved it. I thought, in my opinion, Shea should have got it for the simple fact that one, we never expected OKC to be a top 3 seed, let alone finish number 1. That's one. 2, if you look at the numbers that basically Jokic put up last year compared to this year, that right there is a regular stat line that one, LeBron had before, 2, Shaq has had before. I'm not going to say Curry has ever had that. No, now that I'm not going to say. But if you compare their stats from last year, Shea should have won that. Nobody expected OKC to win the West. Nobody expected OKC to even be the number 1 seed. Nobody even expected Shea to even play the way that he did. Yeah, granted, he got the 30 points per game because he was doing that before, but the way he was doing it and how well that team was gelling, he should have won MVP. But they gave it to Jokic because, obviously
But
what
listen,
he did
man,
and whatever the case may be.
OKC is dominating the West
They
right
are.
now.
They
Like,
definitely are.
it's not even gonna go down to the wire. Like they're dominating the West. And when you think about it, he's played a lot without Chet.
Mhm.
He's playing a ton of minutes a game. Like he's really putting on. Like if Jokic got it, I would have. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh my god.
Yeah, I won't
like,
be upset
He's
at that.
getting robbed.
Yeah, I won't be
because
upset at that.
Jokic is putting up one of the greatest seasons.
I do got a
ever.
question for you, though. Do you ever think Jason Tatum will win the MVP? Because the way that the voters always forget about Tatum, and he always finishes with the best record. He finishes
Yeah.
with above 27 points per game. He leads his team in points, rebounds, steals, assists, minutes.
You know what it is? Like lately, like when you think about some of the MVP seasons that we've had, like they've been historic.
Brother, he
Like-
averaged 30. The most that a Celtic has
Nah.
ever averaged. And think about it. They had Larry Bird, Cousy,
But
Bill Russell. They've
I
had
think about
numerous
some
amounts of
some
legends.
of the MVPs that we've had. Curry, when he won 73 games, put up one of the best seasons.
He should have
ever.
never won his first MVP. That's all
Oh
I'm going
my-
to say. Harden should have won that one.
Yeah, and right after when Harden won his MVP, he
That
was
should have been
averaging
bronze.
like what 33, 34
Yeah.
points, like double-digit assists. Like he was going crazy. And like the ones that LeBron won, like historic seasons, Jokic, historic seasons, Joel Embiid. Like when you think about MVPs, you're thinking about like some of the best seasons you've seen. Like
Right.
nobody could say that about Jason Tatum's season, and
I
that's
don't-
no hate on
I
him. Like,
can't say that though, bro. When you finish in number 1 all the time, and then last year, what they went 64-18, did they not?
I don't remember the record. Like
I could have sworn they went
off the top of my
64-18.
head,
Not only that, they had a crazy win margin,
yeah, but
and they went through the playoffs, and then they try to create this narrative that Jaylen Brown was, in actuality, the number 1 over Tatum. Meanwhile,
so who
the
deserved that Finals MVP then?
Tatum.
Okay.
The reason that they gave
I
it,
don't have no beef with that.
no, the reason that they gave it to Brown, and for the simple fact is the fact that he slowed down Luka. Because Luka went from averaging 33, 34, 35, so he
Yeah.
averaged 27, 28. And he was struggling to score against Brown. We even saw it in this regular season when the Lakers faced him. He was getting pickpocketed by Brown every chance he could. Now, granted, Luka finished with 33 and had a good game and everything, but
Nah,
it was
Al
evident that you could
Horford
see why
locking
Brown
him
got
up
it.
was crazy.
Yeah, that was bad. That was
That
terrible.
was crazy.
That was terrible.
Yeah, but the Celtics, they lock. Like that's why I think they're gonna win the chip again. Like it sounds like I don't want them to win again. Like I would definitely like I'm a big Lakers guy. Well, not a Lakers guy. I'm a LeBron fan.
So that was the
So-
next topic too. Was who do
Yeah.
you think will be one in the NBA Finals, and who do you think two could be the winner of the NBA Finals? Oh, all right. Just so people could see, well, not see, but just so people could know. In the back, Osiris lifted up his phone and put the Golden State Warriors. I'm about to kick this man out the room because there's no way he thinks the Warriors.
Don't
have
get
a
me
chance.
wrong. If Curry was healthy and stuff, the way they were looking with him and Jimmy Butler, like they look tough, but the West is a monster. Like I don't think the Warriors could beat like Denver or the
I
Lakers.
think they
or-
can. I think they could beat Denver because Denver this year doesn't have the depth that they had last year and the year before.
Yeah, I
And the
don't know.
shooting is a little bit off. The
Jamal
Knicks are
Murray.
the biggest disappointment within the NBA. Number one, you traded Randall and you traded DiVincenzo, which to me, I thought that was the perfect move to make. Where it got fucked up was when I started the first game of the season. You played Boston, and last year you were 3-1 versus Boston. Boston couldn't fuck with them.
Yeah, those were all flukes though. Like,
This year, Boston has given them belt to ass to the point that it looks like they on punishment every time that they see Boston. That's one. So the Knicks to me are very much underachievers, even though they're third in the East. They have Brunson, they have Karl Anthony Towns, they have Bridges, they have OG, they have Josh Hart.
the Knicks are a move away. Like I don't know what
I don't
the
think
exact,
they move away. I think that they're a coach away. If you want me to be honest.
Nah,
And
I think they need to switch. They need a number one. Like in all honesty, if I was running the Knicks, I wouldn't mind trading for Kevin Durant. But I will say this too. They should definitely keep their eyes on what's happening in Milwaukee.
yeah,
If
for
the
Giannis,
Knicks could land Giannis and keep Jalen Brunson,
or
New York is going all the way
if
up.
y'all pair Brunson
You
with
will
another
have
guard
to
like
put
Dame,
out fires in New York. The way this city's gonna turn up.
hold on. If they pair him with Dame, I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
Who?
You put Brunson with Dame,
Huh?
Brunson and Dame together.
The
Imagine Dame pulling up at the half court line.
small
with the
guards
Knicks.
do not win in the NBA. There has been one small guard that has won in the NBA in the last 50 years.
Really, who?
Stephen Curry.
So Isaiah Thomas isn't around? No.
30 years? What was that? we're in
1989, 1990.
2090. Yeah, he won in like 1989.
In 1990. You just said in the last 50 years.
I-
Do your
I
math.
said the last 30 years. I said 30 or 50.
We got camera, by the way, guys. He said
I
50.
said 50.
Now he
I
said
bet.
I said 30.
Yeah, but one thing I'll say though about that team is they could lock up. They
Okay.
had some big dudes on that team.
So how about the
It's Isaiah Thomas,
hold on.
top 5 point guard.
How about the Detroit Pistons? They had a
Chauncey
small guard.
Billups, Chauncey Billups, Rasheed Wallace. That team was huge.
Who
That
won-
team was predicated on
Who
defense.
won the Finals MVP?
Those last two teams that you mentioned, Detroit and both Detroit teams,
Mhm.
they were predicated on defense.
Okay, but you just said small guards cannot help you win. I just brought up two teams that had a small
All
guard
right,
that helped
but,
that
like,
took them to the chip.
Fine, you could say that, but like, you think Jalen Brunson and Damian Lillard are getting you a championship?
If you just brought up the fact that the small guards had big dudes behind them, right? So if you put Jalen Brunson and Damian Lillard together, and then
With Karl Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson, they winning a chip.
not Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, and Mikal Bridges.
Those
So,
are not big dudes. Those are wings.
right. So wait, what big did the 04 Detroit Pistons have? Ben Wallace? He was 6'10", was he not?
He's not a big.
He's a big, but he's 6'10", is he not? Who was the
OG
next tallest?
Anunoby is not 6'10". He's
Carl-
6'7", 6'8".
Cat is.
He's a defender.
He's not. He's
Exactly.
not the
Those
biggest
dudes had
defender. All you need
defenders.
is a big, and you need somebody to make sure that you lock him down.
Nah.
I just brought up OG and Mikal. Are they not defenders?
Now when they play the Celtics.
That's different.
Oh, now that's different. You're gonna face who you face in the playoffs.
Bro, the Celtics have 2 7-footers at start. Who else is guarding that? That could shoot.
But they're not guarding the 7-footers. They're guarding Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, and they're getting
All right.
cooked.
So then you
They
need
are
wings.
getting cooked.
So then you need wings to defend them, right or wrong?
What more do you want? They have the 2 wings and they can't guard them.
Right. So then the issue is you got a 7'3" guy named Kristaps Porzingis who could pull up for 30.
He hasn't even. Some of the games he hasn't even played against
Right.
the Knicks, and they're getting.
He
cooked.
hasn't, but then when he did play in the finals, the shit looked like, oh damn, nah, this ain't even fair.
I'm sorry, but what the Knicks really need is a true number one. They need somebody like. Don't get me wrong. In the playoffs, like you see when like they put those big dudes on Jalen Brunson, he's not the same player.
He
like
still elevates his
you
game.
need a top tier guy, like Giannis, like even
Kevin Durant,
even
like you
Kevin
said,
Durant.
Kevin
Like
Durant.
you get KD on this. If you replace KD with Mikal Bridges, like instead of trading for Mikal Bridges and trying to recreate Villanova, they should have freaking tried to
So then
get Kevin Durant.
so then
Like
get rid of
that's crazy. Like you over here trying to create a college basketball team.
basically.
Create a real NBA team. You traded 4 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. That's wild.
Yeah, that was called. They got super hype and pressed the. Oh, let's get this. Let's get.
4 first-round picks. I'm telling you, if this trade deadline, they would have called the Phoenix Suns with those 4 first-round
They
picks.
would have got Kevin Durant.
They would have
easily.
gotten Kevin Durant.
Or if not, Devin Booker.
I don't think Phoenix is gonna trade Devin Booker.
You crazy. Devin Booker's gonna want to leave.
I think they want to build still. Like
For what? Devin Booker's in the prime of his career. What is there to build around me? I'm trying to win.
I mean, I know they definitely not too happy with Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal killed that Jimmy Butler.
The fact he has a
trade.
no trade clause. Let's give a shout out to his agent because the
Yeah,
fact
that's
he has a
wild.
no trade clause is insane.
I don't even think that's crazy. I think the fact that he has a no trade clause and the only other player in the league that
Is
has a no
LeBron.
trade clause is LeBron. Like,
But not
it's
Luka.
LeBron and
Not
Bradley
Luka.
Beal.
Luka doesn't have a no trade
Nah,
clause.
we happy about that.
Nah,
We
I'm happy.
good.
I'm
We
just saying
good.
that's kind of crazy though. Luka doesn't have one. Anthony
Nah, he
Davis
was
don't
still-
got one.
He hasn't even gotten to his.
Giannis doesn't
big
have
deals
one.
yet.
Like it's a lot of players out here with a no trade clause, and Bradley Beal got one.
I wonder if Giannis will request a trade.
He will. He definitely will. Especially with the way that this is playing out. And by the way, Doc Rivers will never coach again after this season. He will lose his job. It's over with. He's done with. It's done. But the whole point was, who do you think will end up winning the NBA championship?
I think you have to say the Celtics, but I definitely think OKC could take them down.
So you don't think the Cavs could give the Celtics an issue?
I really wish they could. I really wish, I just think, when you got Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, Derek White, your finals MVP wasn't even on Team USA. Insane.
Your third stringer was on Team USA.
Like,
Both third stringers, because Drew Holiday and Derek White made it before the finals MVP.
I definitely think that's going to be a great series. I just hope that Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland and Evan Mobley are able to take them home. I think the Cavs size could definitely give them a trouble.
I'll be real with you. I think the Cavs have a better bench than the Boston Celtics do.
Yeah, they definitely.
From Ty Jerome to my boy DeAndre Hunter to Okoro, they got some pieces over there. Now, I'm not sleeping on Boston's bench because you got Sam Hooser, Peyton Pritchard, who, I'm going to be honest, he will start on 25 out of 28.
I mean, he might win Sixth Man of the Year.
Yeah, he more than likely.
Nah, he might.
It's between him and Hunter. It's between him and Hunter.
I don't know. Hunter just got that.
Nah, but what Hunter was doing for Atlanta, Hunter was cooking. Hunter was bugging. But the whole point is that basically, we do. Me and you both have Boston repeating, and then the fan in us wants the Lakers to win. But
Yeah.
if we're gonna be real and if we're gonna be honest with y'all that's watching at home, we think the Celtics will win just based on the fact that
I do think the Lakers are gonna get
nah,
through the West.
to me, honestly, I think the Lakers
But
can get through the West.
I'll say
It's
this.
just more
This is
so.
what I'll leave you guys with. LeBron against the Celtics, barbecue chicken.
Yeah,
Like
seen that
I know
before.
that Luka stinks it up against the Celtics, but LeBron does not. He is going. If he sees the Celtics, Jason Tatum is gonna be like, "Yo, Unc, I can't guard you. I can't guard you." But that honestly, I will be excited. I think like the 4 or 5 teams that could make it, like Cleveland, Boston, Denver, LA, and OKC, like whatever we get out of those teams, like it's gonna be. I think the playoffs are gonna be great this year.
right. So now that we're done talking about the NBA and what's going on over there, we're gonna switch over to the MLB. MLB just started up around what was it?
Juan
2 days
Soto, you
ago?
left me.
We got before we get into Juan Soto, let's talk about the slaughter that we just witnessed today with the New York Yankees. We won game 1-4. Today, we started out with 3 straight home runs on 3 straight pitches against a former beloved Yankee, Nestor Cortez.
He's not. Actually, I do love Nasty Nestor.
Nasty Nestor.
But
Nestor the molester.
I will say this: I've never been so hurt
Yeah.
than Game 1 of the World Series. Aaron Boone, that was on you, buddy. Like,
Yeah, he was terrible. Can we not reopen old wounds?
I'm still thinking about
Thank you.
It's been a rough last couple of months. The Yankees lose the World Series.
We lose.
They lose Juan Soto.
Right.
They lose Garrett Cole.
Right.
Giancarlo, our playoff savior.
DJ LeMahieu's still never coming back.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, I gave up on him too.
But
But
DJ LeMahieu.
let's look on the bright side. We did get Paul Goldschmidt. We did get Bellinger. We did get Freed. We did get Williams. You feel me?
Yeah.
We have a lot of upside coming our way.
I really was happy going into the season before Garrett Cole got injured. Like, I honestly thought that we might have had a better team. Because, like, you can't replace the production of Juan Soto.
You can't.
But when you have to be hopeful, right? So Jason Dominguez is went down as one of the best international prospects ever.
Right.
And he's like one of those prospects where you say, oh, like this guy could one day be a multiple time All-Star,
Yeah, Mickey Mantle
possible
2.0.
MVP, possible Hall of Fame. Wow, Mickey Mantle, don't put too much on the kid.
No. I'm not saying that's what
Yeah.
the MLB people that
Yeah.
watch them and project, that's what they call them.
I'm really excited. Like the Yankees are what plus 900 right now to
Basically.
win the World Series. Like
Yeah.
it's not too bad.
Which is what that's best in the AL East, right?
No, best in the American League overall.
Period, right? Yeah.
So I think they might have the second highest odds overall. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I think it's between the Dodgers and if not the Mets, if I'm not mistaken. But
Nah, the Mets have actually dropped. I don't even know how the Mets are so high up. Like I'm not a Mets hater. Like I actually kind of root for the Mets.
right.
But their starting rotation is horrible. All right, so the odds are Yankees at plus 900, Atlanta Braves in second at plus 850, Dodgers plus 240. The Dodgers at plus 240 for every $100 you bet, you win $240.
Listen,
Dodgers have one of the best rosters I've ever seen.
without a doubt. The fact
They're-
that they got 5 Cy Young finalists, winners, people that could come runner up, second, like they have that all in the rotation. You got Blake Snell,
Their
Tyler
bullpen
Glasnow.
is
Then
insane.
you got 2 of the most dominant pitchers from Japan come over and join your team with Roki Sasaki and Yamamoto. And then you still got Kershaw in the back. Tony Gonsolin still coming back. You still got Dustin May coming back. Like, they have nothing but pitchers galore over there. And we're not even talking about their bullpen yet. Where they got 4 to 5 dudes that could throw 100 plus or more with a nasty
and
slider.
their bullpen is stacked.
And then we're not even talking about the 3 straight MVPs you got to face as the 1, 2, 3 with Otani, Mookie, and Freddie. To then face Teoscar right behind them. To then face the NLCS MVP and Tommy Edman with Max Muncy right there.
Will Smith.
Like Will Smith. Like,
They are
damn,
stacked.
bro. How many, like... it pisses me off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
And
It,
if
it
you
does.
really think about it, last year they went on that run without the rotation. Like
Everything was a bullpen.
without it. Like they were really only starting maybe what 2 pitchers
Jack
that
Flattery.
Jack Flaherty and Yamamoto.
That's
And
it.
Yamamoto was hurt for most of the playoffs.
He shitted on us though. I'll be honest. He shitted on us as the Yankees. That shit hurt us. We couldn't touch that.
We're
man at
moving
all.
forward from this. Like,
Yeah, we're not gonna focus on that, but we are focusing on how the Yankees look so far. We're also focusing on how the league looks so far in terms of like one, not only did the Yankees and the Dodgers and the Mets make moves, but to me, I'm a big fan for some reason of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and they look really scary this year. You picked up Corbin Burns. Your rotation looks better than what it did last year. Plus, the fact that they didn't make the playoffs last year, and if you would have put them in a different conference, they would have made it without a doubt. Like that's kind of crazy to see what type of division that they're in, because you still got the Padres who look pretty solid, even though they lost a few pieces.
I mean, I think the team that improved the most, which I hate to say, is the Red Sox.
Yeah, 100%.
So
I forgot about them.
They added Crochet, Bueller, Bregman,
Yup.
and not only that, but they have a ton of their top. I think they have the top farm system right now, and they
Yup.
have like 3 prospects that are ready and up and coming.
Right.
Like they're gonna be scary for years to come.
No, 100%.
Like I think that, in all honesty, like they might be able to just pull off the AL East.
Yeah, they
Like
could.
I think the Yankees are a move away. Like I think they're gonna have to add a pitcher after losing Cole for the year. I think the AL East is just stacked. Like the 3 teams with the best odds in the American League to win the World Series
Crazy
are
thought.
all in the AL East.
I have a crazy thought. Do you think that the Yankees should go all in and get Trout? No.
Honestly, I'm a big Mike Trout fan, but he's too injury prone. The Yankees don't need more outfielders. Like don't get me wrong. Like you could definitely say that he's better than a couple of guys, but he that we already have. But it's like, where do you play him? Like we don't have the space right now. Like,
So we got Dominguez in center. We got Judge in right. Who's in left again? Belly?
no, Dominguez is in left and Bellinger's at center.
Center? Okay.
I really think that I want the Yankees to add a pitcher at the deadline. Like I think they should play out the season.
Trevor Bauer, where you at, gang?
Yeah, he's never. I don't think he's ever coming back.
Yeah, that man is black.
He probably deserves it. He probably deserves to come back. Like I think way. How do I say this right? I think there's been worse people that have gotten second chances, especially when it came out that he was innocent.
Yeah, he was innocent.
Like the MLB obviously has their issues with him and don't like him. Like I don't blame them. He's kind of come at every single person
Right.
at the MLB.
I mean, he was an arrogant asshole, but as he should be, because the dude was unhittable at one point.
yeah,
you couldn't
don't
touch
get me
him.
wrong. He's a great pitcher. I think that he would walk in right now.
To
and be
think
able
about
to-
right now, he would currently still be on the Dodgers roster. Because that was the last team he was on.
Yeah,
That was the very last
that's
team he was
insane.
on. And then they also lost Luis Arias,
Yeah,
who actually hit somebody. He actually got charged with domestic violence.
this is his second time.
And he did it in public on the camera. That's terrible. Isn't he blind in one eye?
Nah, I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Okay, if you look it up, he's blind in one
But
eye.
where I really want to go is the Yankees. I definitely think they have the lineup, they have the defense, they have a good bullpen. Like, in order for them to take that next step, listen, the American League is wide open.
It's wide open.
Like Houston is not as good as they've been in past years.
Cleveland is not looking as strong.
Cleveland, it's Cleveland.
I don't look at the Royals as a threat just
Yeah.
yet. Not really.
I won't consider anybody in the AL.
Baltimore got worse compared to last year. 'Cause
Yeah, their rotation
lost,
is
You
bad.
lost Corbin Burns.
You
and
know
then
who's up and coming? The Tigers, man. Give the Tigers
they
some
look
time.
good.
I think the Tigers, with that rotation that they'll have, like they need a couple more bats. Like, but the Tigers are up and coming.
Am I bugging? Or the Oakland A's look good this year?
Listen,
They look good this year, bro.
Severino left the Yankees and became very healthy.
No, for real. He
So,
became a really solid 2 or 3.
no, I mean he had the stuff. Like he has
It
great
was mental.
potential,
Yeah,
great
it was
talent.
mental.
Like no, it wasn't mental with him. He just would always get hurt. Like he couldn't stay healthy. The times where he stayed healthy, like he was dominant. Like I think if I had to bet my money right now, I'll bet the Rangers to win the West, and I would bet the Tigers to win the Central.
I could see that. It's also funny too that you bring up Sevy, because I remember you arguing with those series back in 2018, saying we gotta pay Sevy before we pay Judge, and Osiris would look at you like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "We have to. He's our ace." And now look, thank God we didn't pay him.
I mean, a lot has changed after that. We got pictures and stuff.
Thank God we did not pay that man. Jesus Christ.
What do you mean? He's looking like a stud.
Who?
Severino.
He just reinvigorated himself last year, bro. And honestly speaking, if we had one of our good friends, Steph, here, he would sit here and say the reason that Sevy got his stuff back was because of the fact that Mets have one of the best pitching rotations within MLB.
What? They have
do.
one of the what?
They do have one of the best pitching rotations. Not rotations, but pitching, like coaching.
I mean, they're going to need it this year with that rotation.
Peterson is there.
Clay Holmes was their opening day starter. That's insane.
And had 73 pitches within 3 innings.
Dude, that is not.
And they really thought that was going to work. I don't know what's going on. But the MLB season just started this week. It's looking like a great season that we have ahead of us. Even though we know coming out the West, coming out the National League is going to be the Dodgers. We're just going to see what type of team that's going to take on the Dodgers and actually take them down. Because for the next 5 to 7 years, that's all we're going to see is the Dodgers, bro. Let's be honest.
Baseball is all about who gets hot at the end. I think there's definitely some talented teams out there. Atlanta's good. San Diego's still good.
I think the Diamondbacks could take them down.
Phillies, the Diamondbacks have a good rotation.
Phillies have a lot that they got to prove. They have a lot. For one, you made the World Series, lost to the Astros. Then you almost went back to the World Series, ended up losing, what was it, a 3-1 or 3-2 lead against the Diamondbacks? You lose that lead against them, and then you lose in the first round last year to the Mets. So the last 3 years have not been kind to you.
I think right now MLB is also another sport that's in a great spot. Like
Yes, they are.
many talented teams, so many young talented players. Like there's players coming in here like just killing it.
Right.
So I'm very excited for this season.
For the young talent, though, you have
Yankees,
Ellie.
Let's go.
You have Julio. You have who else is a great young talent right now? That's currently
Jackson
doing-
Churro.
Yeah, he's a
Jackson
great-
Merrill.
Yep, Merrill as well. He's
Paul
good.
Skeens. Like
Westberg is pretty good as well.
yeah,
too.
Jackson Holiday.
Yup.
Like there's Gunnar Henderson,
Gunnar
Bobby
Henderson,
Witt.
yup.
Like there's gonna be a lot of good talent. Like it's gonna be a great season.
Yeah, it 100% is going to be a great season. But, ladies and gentlemen, that was all that we have for today on Numbers versus Opinions here. We're going to wrap up the show. I'm glad that you guys were able to join us and actually sit here and listen to us. If you guys didn't, sorry, we'll do better next time. Can't promise you everything, but thank you guys. I'm out of here. My name is Jaron. This is Timesis. See you on the next episode.
Thank you for our first of many episodes.
Catch ya. Ugh.